Cause every night it's the same old scene. You wide awake, you better have in a dream. And every night it's the same disease. The sirens sending you signals that no one can see. And every night it's the same old beast. It's cold outside and brother is looking to sleep. And what I know is what I know. You never burn to what I do.
Warning, zero educational content.
Will everyone please stop being dumb as shit? Can everyone stop running their stupid mouth about fake this and hoax that and start living in reality? Will everyone stop choosing the ass backwards way of doing things and start going forward? In the past few months, we've seen political machines hijack the Twitter accounts of recently dead politicians to spew nonsensical rhetoric. We've seen a president act like a bratty teenager unplugging the Xbox because his friend is beating him in 2K. We've seen community leaders neglect the use of life-saving healthcare. And we've seen a stupid fucking virus kill 1 million people because a shriveled up nutsack in a bad wig doesn't respect his own people. As we watch the world burn for 8 months, it's easy to say we're living in hell, but not really. At least hell follows a baseline level of logic and a short set of rules. Instead, we're just condemned like a Section 8 apartment in the floodplain. Everything is dead. Self-help is over. Seeing your friends. See you next year. I can't tell you what a gerrymander is, but that's done too. The bros out. Checking the weather nope. Going to the office cancelled. Watching The Office, which will stream until the sun turns into a lump of coal, is our only hope left. That, and selfies, and anything that can be connected through remote access VPN. In the past, we've attended the digital funerals of predators, escaped reality, hacked work, challenged democracy, let brick and mortar stores that don't use mason jars die, and even given up the church and all its pitifuls. Newspapers, magazines, comedy, travel brokers, and mayonnaise without a hint of olive oil have all perished. I've even indulged in cancelling myself from time to time when the angles aren't hitting right. Thinking about the mythical death of something can be more satisfying than living it. Death is on everyone's mind, like a little black shot of dopamine straight to your adult psyche. The problem, of course, is that not all of us have good boundaries when it comes to overstatement. When I found out about the death of underwear, I already knew underwear wasn't dead. It just got skinny enough to fit between my butt cheeks. That's enough for tighty wipes, not my G-string. But the world doesn't always read between the lines or fit into a size medium. Tell our president about the death of underwear and he'll have millions of Russian bots flooding the stock market to buy shares of Fruit of the Loom. He'll think every American is going commando at all hours of the day and probably go wild grabbing. Never mind. The line between hyperbole and outright lying is indistinct and has cost us everything, including my life. See how I'm exaggerating? News outlets exploit the fuzziness to extreme ends, shaping a reality of such anger that viewers find the world itself unfathomable. What I propose instead is that we start declaring things alive. When I was growing up, telling your friends dead people were actually alive was some truly hot shit. We brought Tupac and Biggie back from the grave. Elvis, Kurt Cobain, and Bernie Mac, too. They're just hiding in the Bermuda Triangle, of course. We live quarantined between four walls. Boredom is thriving. We can resurrect anything, anytime, anywhere. I think I've had enough of death for the time being. I died once already, 3 paragraphs back. So let's all live instead. Or at least give it a damn shot for once.
This program is brought to you by our presenting sponsor.
You know what time it is? It's time for We Wrote Some Jokes, baby! Oh, oh! An Amazon delivery driver was caught masturbating on a front lawn and later fired by the online retail giant. Residents say the package was a day late. Ooh, this is a good one. A man is behind bars after he broke into a Pepsi machine, then went on a chase through the city. The man faces charges of doing the do and Grand Theft Soda. When questioned on the current travel ban for US citizens to European countries, Donald Trump claimed he enacted a travel ban before Europe did. Ah yes, the I hit it first approach. Ray J would be so proud. No. This joke is a hate crime in 11 states. We cannot. All right, this is better. California is reportedly using drones to monitor nudity at state parks and beaches. The program has failed so far as the drones quickly go offline, only to wake up an hour later, surrounded by crusty tissues, feeling sad about the whole thing. Protests erupted in Michigan when a student was jailed for not doing his online homework. Unfortunately, no one realized the kid preferred jail time to doing calculus. Ooh, here's a good joke. Soundproof torture chambers hidden in a shipping container found off the coast of Holland included a dentist's chair which officials believed was used for illicit offshore sadism. I don't know about you, but I like to keep my oral play separate from my Dutch rudders. Also in Holland, kissing is forbidden for Dutch sex workers for the remainder of the year. Sex workers are being encouraged to offer clients safer sex acts, such as taking clients onto illicit offshore sadism sites. You know what? We wrote some jokes, baby. We'll be back after the break.
Today, right now, you have more power at your fingertips than entire generations that came before you. Think about it. That's what technology really is. It's possibility, it's adaptability, it's capability. But in the end, it's only a tool. What's a screwdriver without a person to screw it? It's not about what technology can do, it's about what you can do with it. We are living in the future we always dreamed of, so here is the question. Are you hard? Do you like whacking your willy or rubbing your jelly roll? Do you ever get a raging boner while reading the latest novel? Is it difficult to masturbate, read, and sip on a Hydro Flask in public? Well, say no more. Now, thanks to our patent-pending new jerk-off tent, even you can take care of that anaconda or pocket rocket while enjoying a nice leisurely read. Just whip out our ergonomically designed easy pop-up tent, align your junk with one hole, hand in the other, and go to town. No one will know what you're up to. And the best part is that you still have a free hand to read. Jack off in public. What are you doing here watching this dumbass commercial? Get those genitals in hand today. The Jerk Off Tent. What guys have needed for centuries and what girls only recently came to need, having erased the taboo of jerking off as well. Touch it. Rub it. Do it all with the Jerk Off Tent.
And now, welcome to the show,
Appreciate you, Mitchell. I love you, man. Thanks for letting me do this. It's good to be back in LA, man. I was at home in Mississippi for a while. I was avoiding this gang that has it out for me out here in LA. You guys are probably very familiar with them. They're called the Cops. And they do this thing where they kill black people. It's really fucked up. And so when I get pulled over by them, I get a lot of anxiety. I was in my neighborhood a few months ago, got pulled over by the police, 2 white female cops. They pulled me over. I don't think I did anything, so I ask when the window goes down, I go, hey, what did I do? Did I do anything? She goes, well, when we saw your license plate, I got a feeling that this car was stolen. And I was just thinking, I got a feeling. Bitch, who are you, the Black Eyed Peas? That makes no sense. Police are fucked up, man. I don't know. It's good to be back here in LA. Because I love LA. Like, all the protests are going on. I think LA embodies, like, the more diversity you have, the more you can learn about all types of different people. Like, I have faith in humanity for the fact that, like, I'm from Mississippi and I'm not transphobic, you know? Like, I didn't know any trans people before I moved here. It was something completely foreign to me. And when I moved here, I was interning at a production company, and we had this LGBTQ sensitivity training course to not misgender trans people, which I think is great. So basically the rules were like, if they go by the pronouns he, him, she, her, they, them, that's what you call them. Cool. And so I'm sitting at my desk as an intern. My boss comes up to me and she goes, Niles, are you going to be cool with the pronoun thing? Is that going to be a problem? And I looked at her like, what? No, it's not going to be a problem. I call everybody nigga. Did not have that job for very long. It's good to be here. I'm glad people are laughing at this shit because I'm a failed rapper. That didn't work, man. I wasn't built for the mixtape life. There's one thing that held me back in my rap career. One thing, and that was I went to private school, nigga, and my family loves me. I couldn't do that shit. Like, think about it. I ate a balanced breakfast before every day at school. What the fuck was I gonna rap about? You know what I'm saying? Like, 11th grade, 12th grade, I can't remember, one of them. I got popped on a weed charge in my hometown in Mississippi. Very strict on weed. It's hard to get out of that shit. My dad, who's a lawyer, represented me in court, and I got off scot-free. No fine, no jail time, nothing. Here's the rule. If you got a parent that can represent you legally, you don't get the freestyle, nigga. That's how it works. I had too much privilege in my childhood to be a rapper. I did. That's why I'm so fucking jealous of Jaden Smith. It makes no sense how talented he is. He's the Fresh Prince's Prince, nigga. Why is he able to rap and I can't? You know what I'm saying? It makes no sense. Like, let's be real. That song Icon has like 120 million views on YouTube. That song slaps a little hard for a nigga with a trust fund. Let's be real, right? The dude's a superstar. He's a megastar. And I don't understand it because I think we can all agree the best music and art comes from brokenness, poverty, being in pain. You know what I'm saying? Think about your favorite rapper. We got white people in here. You got favorite rappers. They done been to jail, cut niggas in the face. You know what I'm saying? Trapped for at least a weekend. Jaden Smith's never done any of that shit. Jaden Smith's never endured poverty. In fact, the closest thing to poverty Jaden Smith has ever endured is when he played the little nigga in Pursuit of Happiness. And he almost won an Oscar for that shit, man. I'm just upset. Jaden, collab with me on a song, my nigga. Just give me on a sample or something. Just let me say some shit. I don't know. Just let me be the DJ Khaled to your bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Have y'all ever thought about this? Everybody's always like, I remember everybody was like upset when Leo DiCaprio, it took him a long time to get an Oscar, right? Everybody's like, why doesn't Leo have an Oscar? They were even making up reasons like, it's because he vapes. I'm like, okay, bro. They're like, why does Leo not have an Oscar? And here's the thing. I have this rule in my life where I don't give a fuck about rich white men and their struggles. I don't. So I didn't care. Here's who I think the Academy should have given an Oscar because they can act. Think about it. All those women that had to act like they wanted to fuck DJ Khaled in all the music videos. Come on, bro. He ugly and he don't eat pussy? Nah, bro. That girl. Come on. I don't know everything. I just got opinions. I'll be on the internet and shit. Things I say get me in trouble sometimes. I don't know. Like, I was at the Burger King on Sunset and La Brea. Stay away from that shit. It is not a good place. I was at the Burger King, Sunset and La Brea. I'm on the phone with my cousin as I'm ordering my food. And I tell my cousin, all right, cuz, I'll see you later. There happened to be a Crip standing behind me. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Crips. They're the gentlemen that wear all blue. Not exactly Dodgers fans, though. You know who I'm talking about? Yeah, those guys. Cuz is their word. They don't like when you say cuz. It's like, for the white people in here, it's like when you say Voldemort when you're not supposed to. Yeah, I'm glad we're on the same page now. But yeah, so he taps me on the shoulder. I turn around. He's like, hey, nigga, I heard you say cuz, nigga. Where you from, nigga? Where you from, nigga? And I was like, oh, shit. I don't speak this language. I went to private school. Fuck. What do I do? What do I do? So I went Donald Trump on this nigga. I was like, look, I think there's very fine people on both sides. He ain't like that shit. Pulls a box cutter on me in the middle of the Burger King. I don't know if any of you guys have ever seen a Burger King commercial. That shit ain't supposed to happen. So I'm sitting there, box cutter in my face. I don't know what to do. I look at the lady at the register like, yo, I just spent $5.39 in your restaurant. Can you defend me? And she looks at me like, look, boo, we make $10.50 an hour in this bitch. You better man the fuck up. I was like, all right. So I don't know what to do, man. And so I look at him, and I said, look, brother, because that's what black people say to each other when we don't want to get fucked up. You know what I'm saying? I was like, look, brother, if Martin Luther King Jr. could see us both right now, what would he think? He looks me square in my face and goes, nigga, I'm Puerto Rican. I don't give a fuck about Martin Luther King. I was like, well, there we go. Thank you so much. This was really fun. Mitchell, I appreciate it. This is so dope. I just dropped the independent comedy special on YouTube called Girls and Toys Do Jokes. It's on the hoodie. Hit me up on milesafton.com. Get you a hoodie. Watch the special. Appreciate it. Thank you.
I'm gonna tell you a story that you've never heard before.
Because no one knows the story like I do. It takes place on the night of June 12th, 1994.
And it concerns the murder of my ex-wife, Nicole Brown Simpson, and her young friend, Ronald Goldman.
I want you to forget everything you know about that night. Because I know the facts better than anyone. I know all the players. I have seen all the evidences. I've heard all the stories. That I did it.
That I did it, but I don't know I did. I can no longer tell fact from fiction. That I wake up middle of the night, consumed by guilt, screaming man, there even has me wondering, what if I did it?
The things I know, the things I believe, you can't even imagine. And I'm gonna share them with you, so buckle up.
I think we got pretty close to a storybook marriage. We had a few arguments, sure, like most couples, but they never got out of hand. After Justin was born, though, Nicole started getting physical with me. She had that temper on her.
If something set her off, she tended to come at me fists and feet flying. Mostly, I just tried to get out of her way. But sometimes, I had to hold her down until she could get herself under control. So yeah, we argued. And we could get pushy about it.
And sometimes, the arguments ended with Nicole in tears. But more often than not, they ended in laughter.
When I got back to LA, Nicole and I got into what I often think of as our period of confusion. This was early April, a month before Mother's Day, more than a year before the murders. And Nicole pretty much began stalking me.
She'd drive by the house late at night, and if Paula's truck wasn't out front, she'd ring the bell. And like a fool, I'd let her in. That thing that wasn't supposed to be happening again was happening again, 2 and 3 times a week.
It was messing me up. All the old feelings were coming back. And I kept fighting them, but Nicole was relentless about getting me back. Still, whenever she broached the subject, I'd cut her off. We're not getting back. Said, we're just doing this.
You don't get mood swings from eating cornflakes. You don't get mood swings from eating cornflakes. You don't get mood swings from eating cornflakes!
I moved past the front door of Nicole's condo to take a closer look. There were candles burning inside, and I could hear faint music playing. It was obvious Nicole was expecting company. And I wondered, who the fuck was it?
I wondered if maybe Faye was coming over with some of her boy toys so they could all get wild and dirty while my kids were sleeping upstairs. Just when I was starting to get seriously steamed, the gate squeaked open.
A guy came walking through like he owned the effing place. He saw me and froze. He was young, good looking, with a thick head of hair. And I tried to place him. I'd never seen him before. I didn't even know his name. Ron Goldman.
Who the fuck are you? I said. Oh, I'm just here to return a pair of glasses, he replied, stammering. This motherfucker really expects me to believe he's just here to return a pair of Judy's glasses, I replied. Oh, shit, they're coming for me.
Nicole came at me, swinging. "Get the fuck out of here," she said. "This is my house, and I can do what I want. Not in front of my kids, you can't, bitch. Fuck you. No, fuck you. I gave you everything you could have asked for. I gave you a Rolex. I gave you a Cadillac. I gave you 2 kids. I gave you Nespresso coffee. And you didn't even drink it. You just keep getting Starbucks. And you fucked it all up, bitch."
She comes at me like a banshee, arms and legs flailing, a duck. She loses balance and falls against the stoop. Falls hard on her right side. I can hear her back of her head hitting the ground. I lay there.
Jesus Christ, OJ, let's get the fuck out of here, Charlie said, his voice cracking. I looked over at Goldman. I was fuming. He thought I was going to hit him and got into his little karate stance. You think you can take me with your karate shit? What, bro?
You think you're tough, motherfucker? I said. I could just hear Charlie behind me urging me to get the hell out of there, and at one point he even reached for me. He tried to drag me away, but I shook him off hard. And I moved towards Goldman. "Okay, motherfucker," I said. "Show me how tough you are."
Then something went horribly wrong. And I know what happened, but I can't tell you exactly how. I was still standing in Nicole's courtyard, of course. but for a few moments I couldn't remember how I'd gotten there, when I'd arrived, or even why I was there.
And now I was standing in Nicole's courtyard, in the dark, listening to the loud, rhythmic, accelerated beating of my own heart. I put my left hand to my heart, and my shirt felt strangely wet. I looked down at myself, and for several moments, I couldn't get my mind around what I was seeing. The whole front of me was covered in blood, but it didn't compute. Is this really blood? I wondered. And whose blood is it? Is it mine? Am I hurt?
I looked down and saw her on the ground in front of me, curled up in a fetal position at the base of the stairs, not moving. Goldman was only a few feet away, slumped against the bars of the fence. He wasn't moving either. Both he and Nicole were lying in giant pools of blood. I'd never seen so much blood in my life. It didn't seem real, and none of it computed. What the fuck happened here? Who had done this? And why? And where the fuck was I when this shit went down?
They offered me $600K in cash, not to dispute that I wrote the book. $600K in cash. They're gonna think I wrote it. So, everyone thinks I'm a murderer anyway. They're not gonna change their mind because of a book.
Now, it's time for the media got it right. Each month, by the light of the waning moon, a few thousand witches join together online to cast a spell against Donald Trump. The Resistance Witches, a strong group of internet neo-pagans, perform a spell, equal parts quasi-religious experience, and activist ritual, in hopes of limiting Trump's power so that he may fail and do no harm. For once, the president is finding himself on the other end of the phrase, "You're fired." I guess they did. I got 6 watches. What you got?
您好，这里是中国领事馆文件通知，您有一封重要文件尚未领取，如有任何疑问，请按铃，由华语部门人工为您查询。
Thanks for watching the show. That's all we have for you right now tonight.
I feel nothing.